All right. Hey, video production students, are you ready to do some special effects? We're going to start off really basic with some level 1, 2, and 3 special effects right now. So I'm going to start off by opening up a new project. I'm going to go ahead and call this project last name underscore VFX demo underscore TVVP. Okay. I'm going to pop this into a new folder. So I'm going to choose this location and we're going to go ahead and go on the desktop, and I'm going to right click here and make a new folder, and I'm going to call this VFX demos. Okay. Boom. And we'll choose that folder for this project. I'm going to select the folder, and at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and click create. So I get my project opening up here. There we go. Now, in Google Classroom, okay, for today's activity, you will find image underscore 0306, and you're going to be downloading that image. I also have some, I have an example of what your finished product should look right here under proof of concept levels 1, 2, and 3, with a little bonus, some alpha channel explosions and stuff like that. But I'll be going through the basics in the video. So I've already downloaded this. And so right now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take it from my downloads folder and I'm going to copy it. Control C. I'm going to go to my new folder for VFX demos and I'm going to paste it there. Okay, Control V, and then that way, when I start up my new project here in Premiere, I can go ahead and double click to import this new footage, and I'm going to go from my desktop, and I'm going to go to my VFX demo folder, which is alphabetical. This should be easier to find. There we go. And I'm going to open that up. All right, so I can go ahead and drag this over and drop it into the timeline right now because this is just kind of a practice project. I am going to rename my timeline though, so I don't get confused by the footage in the timeline. So I'm going to call this VFX demo timeline. Okay. And let's move me out of the way. Maybe I can go down here. I think this would be okay. All right. So we've got this footage here. This was shot during the pandemic. Oh, remember these good old days. So there's a lot of different stuff going on in this footage. I'm going to go ahead and just remove it from here first. Okay. And level 1 visual effects. We talked about this in class today, but one of the things we're always going to need is we're going to need about a backdrop, a mask. I'm sorry, not a mask, but a mat for the whole thing. So I'm going to put an out point right here because I have this whole first chunk from here to here where nothing occurs. Okay, I'm going to drag this. I'm going to put it down. Actually, I only need video. The sound is not necessary here, so I grabbed video only there. And then I'm going to take this clip right here and I'm going to say clip. Let's go ahead and forget about that. Let's just right click and we're going to insert frame hold segment. Okay, so this way we can take this piece here and we can stretch it out and we can have this background last as long as we want. Now, a lot of the things in this little demo project are going to point out things that you might have to think about when you make these projects. For example, it was windy in the beginning of this shot, and then all of a sudden when the frame hold segment starts, the wind is gone, nothing moves around. Okay, but we are going to just kind of forget about that for the time being and see how this whole thing works. So maybe the first effect that we're going to do is just going to make me kind of like pop into the screen. Okay, so I've got me standing right here. All right, and I take a couple of steps forward. So I'm going to back up just where I'm standing on this. And if you want, the most basic little bit of magic, we're going to set an in point right here, maybe just as I stop, and then have me walk into the screen. And then I'm just going to like zip forward real quick through that. Yeah, looking both ways. I'm going to set an out point right there. And I'm going to drag this. I'm going to put it right Sorry, let's drag video only, and I'm going to put it right over the top. Okay, so here we have me coming in, and then all of a sudden, poof, what? I appeared out of nowhere. That is nothing more than a little quick cut. We can do another version of these quick cuts. There I snap my fingers. Okay, so right here where I snap my fingers, I'm going to use the marker tool so I can have a couple of spots, because making special effects look really good is really about timing. Okay, so watch my fingers here. I'm going arrow by arrow back and forth, arrow by arrow to a snap right there. I'm going to press M for marker, and it's going to put a little mark on that clip. Okay, it popped it down there too because that's the same clip. I'm not quite sure why it added the marker to that one, but we'll ignore it for now. So this is where we have the snap. Okay, and let's just say I've popped in magically here, boom, and then all of a sudden I have this moment where I snap. Okay, let's go back to our raw footage and let's zoom forward a little bit. And you see I kind of take a couple of sly steps over, and then I have that little reaction moment. Okay, sometimes special effects are as much acting as they are editing. Okay, so this little like reaction moment, I'm going to back it up. I'm going to start it right at the beginning of that. I'm going to play it. Boom, I react, and I look over. I'm like, what? I was just over there. What happened? And then I stand still. So I'm going to press out right there, and I'm going to drag this over, and I'm going to put it, sorry, I'm going to drag video only because we don't care about audio in this sequence, and I'm going to put it right there. So now we have a fun little trick that happens. Here we go. I pop onto the screen, I walk in, all of a sudden I snap my fingers, snap, boom, and I just showed up in a strange spot. What's up with that? Okay. Oh, and then it goes back, but we can extend that. Obviously, you see how this guy's working, right? Because we have these two little pieces here. So here we go. I see that. Oh, and snap my fingers again. And if I wanted to, right here at this snap, arrow, 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 there's a snap right there. I could go ahead and make both of these go away. There we go. And there's level one. Snap, show up somewhere else. Oh, what the heck is going on? I'm looking around a little bit. I snap again, boom, and I disappear. And we go to our mat in the background as if nothing had ever happened.